So I just got done with a short but very powerful meditation, and something came through for me that I want to share. And it's along the lines of why so many people um, experience and stay within the same kind of boxes throughout most, if not their whole life, and don't change certain things even if they want to, whether that's um, mental health and feeling very lonely or depressed, or seeing yourself as an outsider, and that kind of perception leading to a lot of mental health issues, or physical health, not being in shape, being overweight, whatever that may consist of. And then relationship issues, not getting into healthy relationships, um, continually putting yourself around people and environments that are not good for you, not life supporting, but they actually damage you and bring you back down to the same lower levels. And on top of that, what else? Money, your experience with money, and just the whole everything, everything that we could possibly experience in our life. Why is it that so many people stay stuck within the same boxes? And what came through for me is it really just comes down to our conception of ourself, because our conception of ourself is what we will always continue to stay within in our life. If we do not see ourselves as the kind of person who can have great relationships and be social and things like that with ease, we won't do it. If we don't see ourselves as somebody who can be wealthy and create, impactful things, create value for a lot of other people in certain ways, enough so to bring a lot of wealth in and bring a lot of that, financial exchange back into our life, then we won't. If we don't see ourselves as that kind of person, if we don't see ourselves as the kind of person who is happy, who is just enjoys life. And so often, if you don't see yourself as that kind of person, you probably judge the people that are living that way on some level, and whether that's because that's deep down, that's how you want to live, or and you just don't believe that's possible for you, or it just bothers you, when people are living like that, experiencing a lot of joy and just enjoyment in their life, and they're outgoing and all of those things. So it really comes down to how we see ourselves. And then of course there's the question, how do you change how you see yourself? And in that meditation, I was asking myself that. I was like, okay, so what is my current conception of myself? Like, how am I limiting myself in certain ways right now? And what came up after just sitting with that for a little bit is, why am I trying to focus on a current conception of myself in certain areas instead of just deciding how I want to be and letting that, giving my power to that, and just creating that with intention out of my desire. How do I want to be? Not how am I right now, because then I'm just continuing to give more power to that. And so what came up for me is doing exactly what I was doing, meditating, getting in that state where I can, disconnect from my external senses and just connect to what I'm feeling and perceiving, and everything that's going on inside, and connect to that, access my subconscious at a deeper level, where I'm, kind of turning the volume down on everything else and allowing myself to go within. Then I can make a decision, but it's not just a decision as we might make in our day-to-day life. It's more of a powerful decision, because it's coming from a place of stillness within. And in that space, you're probably familiar with visualization. In that space, you have more influence over what you want to create in your life just by seeing it. And so if I'm sitting there in my meditation and seeing myself how I want to be, then the chance that I will act in that way in my conscious waking life, when I am in a more of a beta brainwave state, just day-to-day life, then I will act in that way because I made that subconscious impression on myself, on my conception of myself when I was meditating. And so the power of doing this, the power of meditating, reflecting, just sitting in that stillness and silence is so huge, as well as visualization, visualizing yourself how you want to be. And so when you're thinking about how you're holding yourself back, what kind of boxes you're continuing to live in, and how you're limiting yourself by your conception of yourself, just let go of focusing on what has been or what you may continue to believe, and focus on what can be if you decide to make it so. It's really just making a decision in that moment. This is how I want to be, and then seeing it and feeling it. See that picture in your mind of you acting in that way, because somewhere in there, that it's possible. And there may be certain things that are going to come up that need to be released in order for you to actually embody that state of being and living and thinking and feeling and interacting. But ultimately, if you make the decision, whatever process needs to take place, it's going to take place. The more that you see and feel yourself to be that person right now, in this moment, and that's why meditation and getting into that state is so powerful, because there's nothing but this moment ever. And so getting into that state in this moment, one of my coaches told me, and this really, really hit me, when it comes to identity, there is only ever now. When it comes to identity, there's only ever now. So when it comes to your identity and how you're seeing yourself, how you're creating this conception of yourself, the most important thing to do is feel how you want to be right now in this moment, not, continuing to focus on how you've been feeling, how you've been conceiving and perceiving of yourself, but how do you want to be, feel, think, and be as if you are already that right now. And then the future takes care of itself, because the more that you embody that, the more that you see yourself now as who you want to be, the more you will actually consciously create yourself to be that person. And so allow yourself to become a whole different person. Allow yourself to become somebody new. And that doesn't mean you're letting go of, certain personality traits that people love, that you love. It's not like that. It's just allowing yourself to evolve, allowing yourself to expand, allowing yourself to become more, allowing yourself to play at a bigger level. So I hope this resonated with you. If it did, drop me a comment and let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know how this hit, and leave a like as well. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and tune in to all my other stuff as well. I appreciate you. Peace.